everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, hi, hello, how are you all doing? I'm doing good. It is, in fact, once again, me, Zachary Marie, here to cover Quirkyloverosee. That didn't rhyme, right? That's not how rhyming works. Anyways, besides the point. The point is that I'm here to cover Quirkyloverosee, and I had an idea for maybe just a quick little video, mostly because this week is kind of weird. I'm getting ready to leave to go to TwitchCon in San Diego. I'm gonna go, and I've never been before. I'm looking forward to it because I don't know if you know, but I stream on Twitch. In fact, actually, once upon a time, Quirkyloverosee said that my Twitch streams were so boring and she would just never be caught dead in my Twitch streams. That was a lie. She watched my Twitch streams. But anyways, I'm going to TwitchCon. I'm gonna hopefully network with some other folks I've met through Twitch and things like that, so I'm really looking forward to it. But because of that, I don't know, I feel like my groove is a little off, and this might be the last video you get on the main channel this week. It might be. But I did have this thought, okay? One of the things that's always fascinated me about Miss Rosie Lynn Reed is that back in the day, well, let me just say this. If there's one thing Quirky loves, it's cottage cheese. Quirky loves cottage cheese. And back in the day when I, did not realize just how weirdly parasocially obsessed Miss Rosie Lynn Reed was with me, back before I realized all of that, I watched some of her content and I enjoyed it, but she loved to put some cottage cheese and shit. And that's mostly because she was talking with a nutritionist at the time who was helping her and was saying you need to get lots of protein,
So we're going to go at 3,000 calories at the moment, and I am setting a protein goal. So sorry if this is quite a lot of information all at once.
No, please, I'm on it. I'm right with you.
Okay, good. So when we work out calories, that is made up of carbs, fats and protein. Okay, and it's the percentage of these calories and these macronutrients that can really refine your diet. A lot of people tend to eat quite or can be quite low on protein and quite high in carbs, which if you're still in a calorie deficit will make you lose weight, but we do like to look at protein as well. So a nice protein amount or percentage is 30%. So that's why I put you on 30% of protein, and then 70% of your calories is carbs and fats, which I'm not breaking down at the moment because it's not necessary.
And of course, what is Miss Ma'am gonna do? She's gonna get lots of protein by eating cottage cheese. And also today we're cultivating kindness, because nothing says cultivating kindness like good culture cottage cheese, which is Quirkyloverosee's preferred brand of cottage cheese.
But I just wanted to give you guys an update too. We're gonna do a heaping 1/3. So this is probably close to half a cup of cottage cheese. I have to say that the Good Culture cottage cheese is noticeably better than any other cottage cheese I've ever had. Did you end up liking the Breakstones cottage cheese? It's not as good as obviously Good Culture, but I'll be buying more Good Culture when I start having more flexible spending, because it's so much better. Oh yeah, Taylor, I'm glad you tried the Good Culture cottage cheese. It just hits different. It just hits different. Good Culture is the best cottage cheese.
But anyway, she was kind of losing weight, doing this increased protein diet situation type of deal, but she was also a Manjaro, which you might not know, but she quit Manjaro. Okay, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? She was totally gonna reverse her type 2 diabetes.
Yeah! Call me unstable all you want, bitch. I'ma keep kicking as I reverse my diabetes. Keep stuffing on camera then. Fuck y'all!
But then she said, I don't really need to take Manjaro. That's not important. So she first dipped her toes into the cottage cheese pond with that TikTok trend where the girlie was eating the mustard and cottage cheese with the sausages and the hard-boiled eggs and the vegetables.
And in this big compartment, I'm gonna add the cottage cheese to top it with in this compartment to save space, because I know what I want to put in the center. I don't want it to be the mustard. I'm just gonna, it'll be a little more combined when I eat it, but it's gonna taste the same. I'm gonna be packing my carrot chips and some pickled cabbage and carrot. I really like this pickled cabbage, so I just put that in both of those slots.
Sound familiar?
So I am about to eat. I really like, you know, doing these videos so I can be like a little bit accountable. So this is half of an apple. I give the other half to Feline. I'm gonna try the apple with some cottage cheese. No, I am not going to put mustard on that. I'm good. Now we're gonna do asparagus with mustard and cottage cheese. I also had this, so I had this yesterday for my first meal and my third meal. This is so good. So I haven't done it with broccoli yet, but I'm about to right now. It's genuinely so good. Like, and it's satisfying. Yep. Carrot. Yep. I'm gonna watch H3 and continue my food.
And that led to the more popular trend for herself. It wasn't a trend for anybody else, but it was a trend for her, as in she did eat it often. She started adding cottage cheese and mustard on top of sweet potatoes that she baked. And this was a meal that she ate almost all the time, and I think she still does.
I'm gonna just cut open this sweet potato. Yum! Yum, 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 yum. I'm going to get every last little bit of sauce here, and I'm just gonna put this on the potato. This in the entirety of the sauce that I've used is under 100 calories because I'm using the sugar-free honey mustard mixed with honey Dijon mustard, which is low in calorie. And I have 1.5 things of cottage, or less than half, but I had a little more cottage cheese than I thought, so that's good. But I'm just gonna lightly add a little bit, not a lot, because I'm gonna be rationing this now. Let me try something here. Let me try this. Am I about to use 3 different mustards? I think so. I think it's gonna make it better. Not a lot, but I mainly want it just on the cottage cheese. And then since there's a little bit of Cholula, let me see. Because I don't think I like the Cholula with the nutritional yeast, which is why I'm skipping it on this. I love the flavor of Cholula. Mmm. Mmm. That's okay. I appreciate when people donate, but it's not a requirement. No, I'm not sick. Like flu sick. I'm not flu sick. I can't even express to you how genuinely excited I am for this sweet potato, because it's been way too long since I've had sweet potato. And if you're new here, I have a sweet potato obsession. No, it was a trend last year, but it's a lifestyle choice for me now.
And listen, this is no shade here. I don't mind a little cottage cheese. I personally prefer to have cottage cheese with a little bit of like granola on top of it. I think it's really great. To each their own. I know people who eat fruit and cottage cheese, like they love a pineapple and cottage cheese. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. I'm just so fascinated because honestly, truly, I feel like Rosie's had a more healthy relationship with cottage cheese than a lot of people in her life. One of the things that I love to watch Rosie do with her cottage cheese is to make dips. Specifically, she really likes a warm, melty cottage cheese concoction, and she often also likes to make it in the container that the cottage cheese came in.
I'm just doing a couple things here because for one, I have some hotly fresh. I have some freshly shredded chicken breast that I made in my Instant Pot. So we're gonna do a serving of cottage cheese. Oh, that's ounces, bitch. Grams, there we go. Sure, that works. I'm gonna go ahead and just use a serving of cream cheese, which is an ounce. It's just gonna make it more delectable. Alright, so we've got 1 ounce of cream cheese. I'm gonna just slice or dice her. We're gonna do 10 grams of honey Dijon. And then we're gonna do my brain just short-circuited. I don't know what half of 36 is. About 17 to 18 grams. Perfect. 10 grams of nutritional yeast. Gochugaru, because I don't have any hot sauce, which is why we're using a barbecue and Dijon moment. I would be making like a buffalo version of this right now if I had Cholula, but I don't. So I'm not going to add a ton of this because this does have a little bit of a kick to it, and honey Dijon also has a bit of a bite. Not necessarily a spice, but a little bit of a bite. So we're just going to do that. A drizzle drazzle of that Worcestershire. And a sprinkle of chicken and waff. How many ounces is a hefty handful? Okay, that's almost 6. So let's do 7 ounces. I might need to add more condiment, but this is where I'm starting. The seasoning, the nutritional yeast. Okay, I'm gonna just, maybe I should have microwaved the cream cheese and stuff first. That was a rookie fucking move. Dude, that's good cold, so it's only gonna be better warm. A part of me really wants to add some fat-free cheddar, but I think I'm gonna just not. I just did the math, and all of this, including the cream cheese, this entire thing is 595 calories and 63 grams of protein. So I was like psyching myself out. This is not too much food for me. This is actually like, if I eat this plus the rice cakes and wraps with it, I'll still have more calories left and to be in my deficit. That's crazy. This smells really good too. So I could probably make a vegetable if I really wanted to, but I just don't feel like it right now. So anyway, I'm gonna go watch something. Y'all have a good night. This is another, you can literally just slap anything you fucking like in a bowl with a protein, cottage cheese, and a prayer, and it'll come out good, I promise. I just wanted to add, it's really important that you cook it to the point of like lava. Because it's basically like a hot sauceless buffalo chicken dip. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just put it here on this rice cake. Honestly, this would be a lot better with the fat-free cheddar cheese, and I might do that in the future.
Now, I did mention that she likes to make usually savory cottage cheese dishes, but she did once upon a time try a viewer suggestion, which like, I hope that the viewer had her best interests in mind, hard to say. But a viewer suggested to her once upon a time that she should try mixing applesauce and cottage cheese. And when that suggestion didn't go well for her, like she didn't love it, she said, I'm just gonna blend it.
I need to like toy with this idea. But I tried it and I liked the flavor, but with a spoon I didn't like it. One of my subscribers recommended applesauce and cottage cheese together. It wasn't bad. I almost kind of want to blend the cottage cheese and do this. Or like use it as a dip with apple slices, but this is just gonna end up honestly not being eaten because it's been sitting here for a hot minute.
But the tea is, Miss Rosie Lynn Reed is gonna make anything into a cottage cheese bowl. Big Macs, pizza, enchiladas.
Basically, instead of making an enchilada bake, I'm gonna be making enchilada cottage cheese bowls. So I might have one or two of the tortillas with it, but I'm not gonna make like the whole quesadilla situation. Like I'm not in the mood. So I'm gonna let this cook for a bit, and then I'm gonna add all the stuff that it said to add. Oh, this is turning out so good. So this is the enchilada chicken with some cheese melted on top, and then we're gonna do some of the good culture because you already know. This just sounds so like delicious.
You name it, Miss Rosie Lynn Reed is gonna add some cottage cheese to it. I know that's fucking right. I know that's fucking right. In fact, one time I even saw her pull out some leftovers and there were little white chunks in it, and she had to explain that the little white chunks were cottage cheese. So don't be worried, y'all.
These are just my leftover vegetables with leftover cottage cheese, which is why it looks like that.
And I guess maybe part of me is sharing this because Rosie's food concoctions on her channel are one of the very fascinating things about her, okay? They're one of the very interesting things about her, and I'm not saying that facetiously. She made some kind of weird cabbage boil the other day.
Oh! Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Damn. Perfect. Ah.
There was that time she melted her plastic whisk in her gravy. I watched her eat chicken salad on a hot dog bun. She was deep-throating chicken salad on a hot dog bun.
Why do they add cranberries? Because it's delicious.
And that's not even including things I've already talked about at different points on my channel, like the time that she poured spoiled cream into her soda, or the time that she pulled out the moldy Cool Whip from her fridge. And actually, I don't know if I mentioned this, but one time you could literally see the filth of her kitchen, where she had literally just tossed some eggs onto the floor. They made it close to the trash can. They were sitting on the floor next to the trash can. But yeah, just living in filth and squalor. So yeah, these are one of the many reasons. These are all some of the many reasons. Maybe I should work on my grammar as well. These are some of the many reasons why I enjoy watching Little Miss Quirkyloverosee. And I hope it gives you a little background as you might tune into her and see her cooking some food. Ain't nothing gonna come between Miss Rosie Lynn Reed and her cottage cheese. Anyways, I know this was like a short, silly, goofy video. I know I typically do, maybe it's a little bit outside of the range of what I do normally, the scope of what I do normally, but it was just a silly, quick idea I had that I wanted to share with you all today as I get ready to go on this trip. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did and you're brand new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I had so much fun today. I hope you did too. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!